Have you ever really looked at the container your milk comes in? You know, that simple pouch or the carton or the bottle? Well, it turns out it's actually a piece of high-tech engineering, and it's all designed to protect one of the most delicate foods we have. So today, let's dive into the surprisingly complex world of milk packaging. At a glance, this looks like the perfect solution, right? The modern PET bottle. It's crystal clear so you can actually see the milk. It's shatterproof, so no more crying over spilled milk, literally. It's resealable, lightweight, and it has this excellent barrier against oxygen, which, as you know, is a huge enemy of freshness. It seems like it has it all. So, that brings us to the central puzzle of our whole story today. If this PET bottle is so advanced, so great, why is it that in a massive market like India, the vast majority of milk comes in what looks like a simple plastic bag? The answer, it turns out, is pretty fascinating. And this slide just shows you the sheer scale of it all. I mean, look at that. A whopping 92% of all packaged milk in India is sold in these flexible pouches. Glass bottles, the old classic, they're down to just 7%. And those fancy long-life cartons, a tiny 1% sliver. The pouch is the undisputed king of the castle. So let's get to know our champion. This isn't just any old plastic bag, by the way. The modern milk pouch is made from a very specific material called linear low-density polyethylene, or LLDPE for short. And this humble-looking pouch, it's quite literally the backbone of the entire dairy distribution system for 1 billion people. And here it is. This is the secret to its success. It all comes down to pure economics. A single pouch costs as little as zero point 0.4 Indian rupees. That incredibly low price is the #1 reason it dominates the market. It makes fresh milk accessible and affordable on a scale that's just mind-boggling. Okay, so to really get why these packaging choices are so critical, we need to understand the product itself. I mean, why is milk so needy? Well, it turns out that milk is an incredibly vulnerable product that needs some serious protection. Think about it for a second. Milk is loaded with moisture and nutrients, and it has a near-neutral pH. This basically makes it a perfect little buffet for microbes. At the same time, it's extremely sensitive to damage from light and oxygen. Basically, everything that makes milk so good for us also makes it go bad really fast. So you see, it lines up perfectly. Every single function of the package is designed to directly fight one of milk's natural weaknesses. The packaging isn't just a container, it's a custom-built suit of armor. It provides barriers against oxygen, against microbes, and against light. All right, so let's take a look at how this all plays out across the different kinds of armor that are available. You'll see that each one represents a different set of trade-offs between protection, cost, and, of course, convenience. You can really see a clear technological evolution here. I mean, we started with those heavy, fragile glass bottles. Then came the early plastic pouches made of LDPE, which, well, they often leaked. That led to the modern, much tougher LLDPE pouch we see today. And finally, to the most advanced option out there, the aseptic carton that gives milk that super long shelf life. And this aseptic technology, this is a complete game changer. It's a whole process that lets milk be stored for months without any refrigeration. How? Well, it sterilizes the milk and the package separately, and then it brings them together in a completely sterile zone. It's pretty incredible. The magic really boils down to these 3 key steps. First, the milk gets flash heated to an ultra-high temperature, that's the UHT part, to sterilize it. Second, the flat packaging material is sterilized, usually with hydrogen peroxide. And finally, the package is formed, filled with the sterile milk, and sealed, all inside a totally sterile environment. Now, what's hiding inside that simple-looking carton is pretty wild. It's actually a sophisticated 6-layer laminate. You've got layers for a moisture barrier, for stiffness from the paper, for food safety, but the real hero of this whole structure, the secret weapon, is layer number 4. And here's why that layer is so critical. That super thin layer of aluminum foil is the ultimate barrier. It's a fortress. It blocks nearly 100% of light and oxygen, and that's what keeps the vitamins from breaking down and stops those weird off flavors from developing over time. This table just lays out all the trade-offs perfectly. You can see it all right here. The pouch, lowest cost, but also the shortest shelf life. Glass is reusable, which is great, but it's expensive and fragile. PET gives you that premium feel, but at a medium cost. And the aseptic carton gives you the longest shelf life by far, but it also comes with a high price tag. So, after looking at all these different technologies, from the really simple pouch to the super complex carton, we end up with this sort of perfect package paradox. Which one is actually the best? And the key takeaway, really the bottom line, is this: there is no single best package. The right choice is always a complex calculation. You're balancing the specific needs of the product, the economic realities of the market you're in, and what's ultimately going to be convenient for you, the consumer. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. The technology's always getting better, costs are always changing, and what we want as consumers is always shifting. So the next time you open the fridge to grab some milk, just ask yourself, what is this container going to look like in 10 years?